Okay, so I'm going to clean this absolutely filthy Amiga 600, which was this was my original Amiga 600 from back in the day. So it's about time it gets clean, because you have to wash your hands after using this because it's so absolutely filthy. Yeah, just look at that. That's absolutely terrible. So first thing to do is to get this keyboard out. I need to get this little light out. And then I think the keyboard is clipped in with these. Hopefully I don't snap them. Oh, yeah, so at some point when it got stored, this Amiga, it did pick up some rust. So it wasn't stored in a very good environment. Oh, so yeah, it's got rust on the top edge of this keyboard connector there. And it is pretty nasty in there. It's got some quite large amounts of filth. So I'm going to take all these keys off and clean them. So this thing can just get cleaned now. That's in addition to the back part of it. Oh, look at all that down there. That's horrible. Yeah, all these other parts need cleaning as well. They picked up a bit of rust as well. There was a bit of rust on the shield. Oh, it's made a right mess. There's just hair everywhere. Yeah, so this thing's absolutely disgusting. Now comes the boring bit, but you do have to make sure when you're doing the boring bit that when you pull these keys off, that you kind of like, oh God, these are really stiff. Jeez. These things just go for miles. I lost one of these for a day and a half. I had to go around with a magnet trying to find it. I'm just pulling all these keys off without losing the springs. Wow, I think this takes the biscuit for the scummiest keyboard I've ever seen, particularly down here. Oh my word. That is just really bad. Jeez, the amount of hair in there is unbelievable. This is particularly scummy. All I've got to do now is get these 3 keys, are the stabilized ones. I've got a little stabilizer bar in, so I just need to make sure I take these. Oh God, I nearly cracked it then. Oh, damn. Did I break anything? Spring fell out though, but it's not. Did I just lose a spring? Yeah, so the space bar's got a slightly different spring in it on each. Well, it's got 3 springs, but it's got a slightly different one on each side. But yeah, basically that one's got a couple of different springs there. That is unbelievable. That is the dirtiest keyboard I've ever seen. So let's just see how this goes. This is, oh dear, that is horrible. Oh my God. Can't believe this is all scum. That's, I don't know how long, what, 30 years this has been. It's not been used for 30 years. It's been stored, but not stored very well. It looks like it's got like sand on it or something. Just trying not to get it in the actual keyboard parts, because it's just, don't want to get it under that membrane. This is definitely the dirtiest keyboard I've ever seen. I might just go get the Hoover for this. This is absolutely crazy. Right, hopefully that's a little better. Wow, so that's a bit cleaner now, and clean enough probably to put some alcohol in here and start just giving it a bit more of a clean, I think. Could be a little bit cleaner than that, but that's certainly pretty good. There's some bits here that look like the dirt, but I think they're actually marks on the plastic. That's pretty dirty as well. Oh god, that's gone from the this is now not the cleanest keyboard I've ever seen, but it certainly was the dirtiest before that. Right, so I'm going to get on with cleaning up the computer. So, kitchen cleaner. Spray some in there. And this works in seconds without scrubbing, so we'll see about that. See if this actually works. Oh, it is pretty good actually. The amount of scum that's coming off here. Clean the Amiga logo. Oh yeah. Oh, this was filthy. I was getting like dirt all over my hands as I was like touching it. It's absolutely, I don't know, you can see the dirt all over it. It's ridiculous. It's amazing what leaving a computer for 30 years can do. This bit down here is particularly bad. Oh, it's getting down everywhere. Oh, that is horrible. Don't know if you can see how filthy that is. Yeah, this thing had got a little bit of rust in it. So I don't think it's done any harm, but there is a bit of rust on the shield and there's a bit of rust on the keyboard, but it's all working fine, so it's all good. Oh, it's made a right mess. Oh, they look cleaner already. Works in seconds without scrubbing. Yeah, they're already looking cleaner. Yeah, the water's already completely filthy in there. Now, this is the bit where we get to see all the filth wash away, which is the exciting part. Everybody loves to see the filth wash away. Here we go. Wow, this looks like a different computer. Wow, so that is an absolutely huge transformation. This thing looked awful before. This looks totally different. And I don't think it's even yellowed that much, so I don't think it needs to be retrobrighted or anything. And the keys are very yellow, so I think I'll do those, but I might just leave this the way it is. So this is mine, like this isn't in amazing condition, this case. It's got all the clips are broken, but this was my actual Amiga, so there you go. We're just probably gonna have it the way it is, but definitely looks a lot better and you can actually touch it now. So the keys are still soaking at the moment. They're actually already pretty clean even without any scrubbing. So I'm really happy with that. That looks great. That's been in need of a clean for quite a long time. But yeah, you can actually touch it now. Great. These look pretty clean. They've not been scrubbed, but I think they've cleaned without any scrubbing. These look all right. Okay, so I'm going to coat the keys in this hair peroxide. It's 12% hair peroxide. So I'm going to coat each one of them there, put them in a little bag, and then I'm going to stick them under a UV light, so hopefully we'll make the keys white again. Just a few keys at a time. So they're going to go in these little bags, and then they're going to get stuck under the UV lamp. So that's the theory. I've done it this way before. There probably is quicker ways of doing this, but I'm just doing the way that, because I've got the hydrogen peroxide, this is probably the easiest way to do it, because I don't have to buy anything different to do it. But this way is definitely harder because you have to paint all this stuff onto the keys, and it's really goopy. So yeah, I'm not sure how many of these I can get in a single bag. So I'll seal the bag up and just do that with a load more. Okay, these are going in here. Oh, these are covered in this. I'm already getting it on my fingers. I will use the tweezers because this is just covered in this peroxide. So hopefully there's enough room in here to get them all in. All I need to do now is just poke these about a bit. Hopefully I can do this. Just spread the keys out a bit so there's gaps between them. So I've got this 50-watt UV lamp. So that's going to go, I think it's made for fish ponds. I'm going to put that over the top there. So I'm just going to do it by taping these two bits of wood on here. It's kind of a bit makeshift, this box, but I don't really need anything super permanent. Like so. And I don't think those, yeah, that doesn't obstruct the light. Oh, there we go. Super. So yeah, I can already see them glowing white in there. That is awesome. Just cover these bits up here with tin foil. More to keep the heat in than anything, I think. And there we go. I can just leave that for a while now. Let's turn the lights off, see what we get. Ooh, look at that. So now I can just leave that for a while, and hopefully come back and we get white keys. That's totally recording in the dark. So it's pitch black in here apart from the UV lamp. So I'm spilling a little bit of light out there, but so that's what it's being blasted with. That's awesome. Let's just see if you can see anything in there. I don't think the camera's going to be able to see in there. Oh, maybe it can. There you go. Maybe I should put a glow-in-the-dark unicorn in there for a while and see what we get. Oh my god. This is awesome. It was only in there for like a second. So this is a fresh, you can't even see it, it's so dark. I'm just holding it in front of the camera. I'm going to put it under the UV lamp for about 1 second. There we go. One. And there it is! Glow-in-the-dark unicorn. That is awesome. Oh. There we go. This UV light supercharges the unicorns. Oh yeah. That's brilliant. The question is, did this work? And before I dismantle it, let's just have a quick look. It's hard to say, they're looking a lot better. Yeah, it looks like some have gone white and then some haven't gone quite as white. So yeah, I'm going to take them out and I'm going to wash them, and then we're going to see how good this is. I think this might be alright. If not, they could have a second pass. Yeah, so some of the keys turned out alright. Some of them were very yellow. They're not quite right. That one doesn't look too bad. N doesn't look too bad. Spacebar is definitely very yellow compared to the rest. It's quite hard to see there. I think just another, like if I do it another pass, maybe put them in for another couple of hours. So I'll put the keys through a second pass. And I don't know how long I left them for, but I did it while I was at work. So I just left them in while I was at work, and they're looking probably as good as they're going to get now. And that's what they look like now. Not too bad, I think. Yeah, they look all right. They definitely look a lot different to before. They were horrendously yellow before. Yeah, so these are looking Much better. I think they went in for another 6 hours or something. I mean, they didn't need that long, but that's just how long they was at work for, so that's what they got. So unfortunately, I think you just got to dry them. Okay, so there's the finished product. They don't look too bad, actually. Well, there we go. It's all back together. And it didn't come out as bright as I expected, but wow, what a difference. That doesn't look like the same keyboard at all. And you can touch it now without having to wash your hands afterwards, which is amazing. So yeah, it's actually turned out not too bad. Hopefully it still works. If I just compare that with the way it looked before, it's just like night and day. I mean, just the cleaning actually did a lot for it, but the fact that it's been brighted as well just really turns it around. I wonder if it's going to look really bright when I put it in the case, because I haven't retrobrighted the case. Yeah, I'll stick it back in the case now and we'll see what it looks like. That actually looks pretty good, and weirdly it looks like it perfectly matches, really. Yeah, I think that's right, because the keys did come up a bit whiter than I expected, but they were a little bit yellow. It's hard to see on the camera because it just looks different on the camera to me. Yeah, that is a huge transformation from what it was. Can't believe this is my old Amiga. It's like, it was so dirty I couldn't even touch it before, and now it's just, yeah, it's really good. Let me put the status lights back in. The finished product, I mean, it's not got the computer inside it, but I'll do that in another video. But yeah, that is like a million times better. So that couldn't have gone much better. That's really good. I can't believe that all the case needed really was a clean. Actually, I mean, I said this has been stored badly, but it was stored in the dark, I know that. But it was stored in like lofts and places like that. So it's picked up a bit of rust, but for some reason the keys went totally yellow, but the case hasn't, and it's picked up a few scuffs. So this went from the world's filthiest Amiga 600 to what is now possibly the most clean and sterile Amiga 600, although it's sans computer at the moment. But the computer is all virtually ready to go back in, and it's all functional, and it's been recapped and everything like that, and it's all good stuff. Yeah, I've got one of these KA47 IDE port connectors, which just fixes the fact that the LED light, the hard drive LED, won't work if you just use a normal IDE cable like this one. Hopefully don't bend any pins. Might just give this a quick boot, make sure that it runs. Well, seems to be working. Put the RAM expansion in as well, which I believe goes in like this. 2 megabytes, there we go. Excellent, works. Right, before I put it back together properly, let's just make sure that the keyboard works. Yeah, it's looking like the keyboard works. Oh, where's F10? F10 works. And just check that, yeah, the soft reset works as well. That's it. I just need to plug the lights in. Forgot to fold these bloody tabs down. It's these things. KA47, yeah, that's what that KA47 does. It just fixed the disc light. Isn't too annoying, but it's much better to be able to tell what the computer's actually doing when it is actually accessing this disk. The only thing left to do now is the customary boot of Turrican. Oh, and the trapdoor. I don't think that's going in properly. It's not making the clunk. Case is obstructing the floppy for some reason. It's not making the correct clunk when it goes in. Oh, that looks better, I think. Yeah, I think this button is just getting stuck. Yeah, it is working, but this case is really temperamental. It's obstructing the floppy disk. I'll put it back together for now. We'll deal with this problem later, but yeah, if it's not one thing, it's another. I think I might try and restore the original floppy disk, because that's got, that fits better. This is like I think it's a PC modified floppy disk. The Amiga test kit is detecting it as that, saying it's constantly oscillating into ready. Is this a modified PC drive? And the answer is probably is, because it's quite new, and I was wondering how they got a new drive. Well, there you go. You never know what's going to happen. So it's back to life. Other than a slightly dicky button because it's a modified PC drive, floppy drive that's in there, it's just actually getting stuck on the case, and also because the case is so old that all the clips are broken and it doesn't quite fit together properly. Apart from that, it's actually working out quite well. So I'm very pleased with this. You can actually touch this now. So yeah, one more Amiga 600 restored back to health, and it looks a lot better than it did before. So I'm just going to enjoy a bit of Turrican now.
Later.